Well, here's where we started. These are stock headers and CVO mufflers. Original equipment. We're going to turn it on here just so you get the pre-sound comparison. First step was removing the passenger foot pegs and the driver foot pegs, or floorboards, I guess. And the next step is to take off the mufflers. So we'll get those off, and then we'll just be left with the header pipe, and we'll come back from there. So I had a little trouble getting the left muffler off, so I just went ahead and disconnected it at the connection to the front header and took the whole thing off together. And we'll move on to the next step, which is loosening all the heat shields, and we'll get those out of the way. Actually, the next step was to remove the footboards, which I've already done, and the next step then is to go and undo the oxygen sensors, which are right here. We'll disconnect those. Like that. And then we'll clip some of these wire ties that are holding them in place, and watch where they go back, because they're going to come right back up this same way after we get them reinstalled. Okay, so we got everything loosened up here at the headers. Really difficult to get in this front header. The very front one, you have to kind of go in from the middle, and it helps to have a really small ratchet. But I think we got it. So we're going to try to pop these off here. And there we go. Now we'll get the O2 sensors unplugged, and then start putting together the new system, and we'll be ready to roll. So in this step, we're removing the O2 sensors and removing the exhaust port flanges and the clips from the old system to save for later. Then we're unboxing the new system, getting everything in order, getting all the hose clamps for the heat shields in place. That was probably the longest procedure of everything. Clamps installed on the heat shields, and I've kind of tried to cut the insides out of the heat shields and leave the outsides on it to protect them a little bit while I'm putting them on. And as soon as we get these last 2 or 3 bands on here, then we'll be ready to try to mount it up to the bike, and we'll be back to do that in just a few. So the camera operator failed to push the time-lapse button, so you'll just get still pictures from here. This is with the headers in place. I then removed the plastic covering, tightened everything down, and installed the mufflers. I think the overall job came out pretty well. Took me about 4.5 hours.